The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for another Timeframe matchup in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. As you guys can tell, today's opponent is the 2016-2017 New York Islanders, led by current Maple Leaf and former Islander John Tavares. And I can hear a lot of Islanders fans booing in the comments, so it is what it is. That's how the wheel was spun out. So let's get right into things. Your starting netminders for game one of this time frame matchup will be Ken Dryden going for the Habs. Thomas Greiss is going to go for the Isles. Montreal is the visitors. They will add one shot star to their credit for the goalie. And with that being said, let's get right into this time frame. A new set of 60 minutes is on the clock. Let's get right into it. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a home scoring chance of a 53. Visitor defense player in 4 stops a goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. Oh my goodness. I hate to break it to you guys, but wait a second. Visitor defense player in 50. Yeah, visitor defense player in 4. Oh, that's Bill Nyrock. He stops an Islander goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. I'm sorry, I thought I read John Tavares. But it is Bill Nyrock. He does have a square and he does have skill, so he's going to stop the Isles from scoring here in the opening segment of this time frame, and we will move on. Visitor scoring chance of a 13. Home goalie must make play saves, so Thomas Greiss needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so nobody flips, and we will move on. Quality check. This time it's between players 4 and 3. That's Travis Hamonic against Jacques Lemaire. We're looking for the quality of smart. Both Hamonic and Lemaire have smart, and we will move on to the next segment of this of game one here in this time frame. Penalty check between players 3 and 5, John Tavares and Pierre Bouchard. It seems both guys have the same penalty rating, and that's going to do it for the first period of game one here in this time frame, as we have no score after the first 20 minutes of the game. Home scoring chance of a 44 to kick off the second period. It reads, any home player with a power play circle star creates a power play goal. Yes, Anders Lee does have the symbol, so he's going to move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so. He prevents the power play opportunity from Anders Lee, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check. We got ourselves anybody on the ice against the anybody on the ice for the Isles against player number 5. That's Larry Robinson. We're looking for the quality of speed. The only guys out there on the ice with speed is Strome and DeHaan. I do want to keep at least that circle out there, so we're going to go with Ryan Strome. Both guys have the same rating of speed, and that will do it for this segment here. And we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 42. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Oh, man, nobody on the ice for the Islanders at this moment does not have a triangle, so nobody flips. And we are going to move on to the next segment, and we will consider that to be a no-action result. Home scoring chance of a 26. Choice home player rolls for a goal using shot stars +2. You better believe it. I'm going to give it to Andrew Ladd of the left wing. Andrew Ladd. He has normally he has a 1 or a 2 with a dot, but this time he will have a 3 or a 4 with a dot to score the goal. And he will do so as the Islanders score the game's first goal, courtesy of Andrew Ladd. And let's see who assisted him on the play. One assist between Cizikas, DeHaan, and Seidenberg. I do want to keep that fight rating out there just in case. Let's have the decider die decide between Cizikas or Seidenberg. Dot, it'll be Cizikas. And it will be Seidenberg. So it'll be Ladd from Seidenberg to open up the scoring here for game 1 of this time frame as the Islanders lead by a score of 1-0. And we stay put here in this segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 65. Right here. Visitor defense stop breakaway chance. Home goalie must make spec save. Okay, so visitor made the stop breakaway opportunity for Grice. Oh my goodness, he needs to roll a 1 in order to score the goal. Otherwise this will be a tied ball game. No, he can't. It's a tie ball game, and the Habs do get on the board. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. Okay, choice player. Whenever choice player pops up, I roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. Player 2, that's Mario Tremblay who scored the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about it? Lapointe and let's go with Wilson. So Tremblay from Lapointe and Wilson is your game-tying goal stat line presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Islanders against player number 5. That's Pierre Bouchard. We're looking for the quality of skill. The only 3 guys out on the ice that have skill is Nelson, DeHaan, and Leddy. I think I'm going to go with Nick Leddy right across from. I'm going to go right across from him with Leddy, as he does have skill, as he will move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make the play save. 4 or 5 with a dot will do so. 5 and a blank won't do it. The Islanders score the second goal of the game, courtesy of Nick Leddy. And 2 assists will be handed out in the play. We'll go with Cizikas and Clutterbuck. So Nick Leddy will get the goal from assisting with Casey Cizikas and Cal Clutterbuck. And we can stay put here. 3 goals down, 3 to go until the end of this segment. Quality check between both players in 5 we're looking for the quality of hits. Both guys have hit, and that's going to do it for this second period, but not before the Islanders crack open the scoring and lead after 40 minutes of here in game 1 of a score of 2-1 over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We're going to begin the third period here with a quality check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. The player then questioning is Calvin DeHaan, and he's going to go up against. We're looking for the quality of skill, so pick your poison between all 5 guys. How about we go right across from him with Bill Nyrop, as both guys had the same rating of skill. And that's going to do it for this first segment here in the third period. And let's continue. Penalty check between player 5 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Well, here's the thing. We could either tie or go on the power play. Let's have the decider dice decide. We tie. And it looks like the Islanders are going to go on the power play, so we'll go right across from them with Larry Robinson as he heads off to the box. As Nick Leddy moves in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so. Both power play attempts went for naught. And we continue on in this game with a visitor scoring chance of a 46. Any visitor player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. No. Oh man, no. Unfortunately, visitor. Sorry. Yes, we do. I'm sorry. I was looking at the Islanders. I meant to look at the Habs. Yes, we do. Guy Lapointe does have the power play circle star symbol printed on his card, so he's going to be moving in on Thomas Greiss, hopefully to score a power play goal to tie things up. A 3 or 4 with a dot will not do so. 4 with a dot will not do so. As Guy Lapointe is stopped by Thomas Greiss as the game stays put at a 2-1 score. Quality check between both players in 2. That's Yvonne Cournoyer against Josh Bailey. We're looking for the quality of hit. It looks like Cournoyer is going to win that one as he does have hits as he moves in on Thomas Greiss, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. And we will go to the empty net mini chart. We got a 7. Leading team scores an empty net goal. And my friends, that is going to do it. Stop the clock. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So the leading team was the Islanders. They score an empty net goal to seal it by a final score of 3-1, giving the Islanders a 1-0 lead here in this time frame. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Game 1 here of this series, of this time frame matchup. If you are watching this on the full time frame playlist, Game 2 will be coming up next, right after the game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. But if you're watching this on the single game playlist, Game 2 will be posted up later on. But if you're watching this in the near future, the game will already be out. Game 2 will already be out on my channel. So once again, stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to always drink responsibly. As always, with Bitty Beer, it has a big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 2 of this time frame matchup between the 2016-2017 New York Islanders and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Well, currently, the 2016-17 Islanders have won Game 1 by a final score of 3-1. The empty net goal, I forgot to roll for the for who got the empty net goal the last game. So based on what you saw in the game summary, the empty net goal was scored by Dennis Seidenberg. The assists are going to go to John Tavares and Josh Hosang. So the New York Islanders empty net goal that made it 3-1 at the end of the game of game one is going to go to Dennis Seidenberg from John Tavares and Josh Sohang. So with that being said, let's get right into game two. Your starting netminders for the Isles is going to be Thomas Greiss as he's back in it for another start. And behind the pipes for the Habs will be Michel Larocque. So with that being said, let's get right into game two. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a home scoring chance of a 26. It reads, choice home player rolls for a goal using shot stars +2. So it looks like the noticeable one that wants to get it is probably going to be Rajan Ho. He will increase his shot rating by 2 to make it 3. So 1, 2, or 3 will score the goal for the Habs. Nope. And the Isles Thomas Greiss will save it. And we will move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 2 and 5. That's Tremblay and Leddy. Mario Tremblay is going to go to the box as Nick Leddy will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop the power play attempt. And it will do so. Nick Leddy is thwarted on the power play as the Isles go 0 for 1 on the power play for this contest here for game 2. Home scoring chance of a 45. It reads, any home player with a power play circle star symbol will create a power play goal. It looks like we do not have a player that has a power play circle star symbol. So we're going to treat it as a no action result and move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 4 and 5. That's Bill Nyrop against Dennis Seidenberg. We're looking for the quality of power. Nyrop is going to win that one as he does have power. So he will move in on Thomas Greiss, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a decider die dot to make the stop. And he will do so. So both goaltenders are pumping up some strong saves here in the early going of this contest. Here for game 2, we head to the second period with no score. Quality check to begin the second as we have Gainey against anybody on the ice for the Isles. We are looking for the quality of smart. It looks like Clutterbuck, Hamonic, or Leddy have smart. Strome and Nelson do not. So to tie it, I think we are going to go with Clutterbuck. So both Gainey and Cal Clutterbuck will flip as they both have smart, the quality being asked for, and that's going to do it for this segment, and we move on. Another quality check, this time between players 4 and 2, Lapointe and Bailey. We're looking for the quality of hit. Neither Lapointe or Josh Bailey has hit. So we will definitely move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 52. Visitor defense player in 3, that is Ryan Strome. He stops a Montreal goal opportunity with a quality roll of smart or a square. Well, unfortunate for Mr. Ryan Strome, he does not have smart and he does not have a square. So therefore, the Habs will get on the board. It's 1-0. Let's see who scored the goal for the Habs. 7, Player with the best shot rating. It's between Lambert and Knoyer. Uh, we got to think about this one. We'll say Lambert. And it will be Knoyer scoring the goal. So Yvonne Knoyer will score the goal. How many assists will be handed out on the play? 2. How about it? Lambert and Nyrop. So Knoyer will score the goal from Yvonne Lambert and Bill Nyrop as the ice-breaking tally here for Game 2 of this time frame. Quality check between players 2 and 5. That is Rajan Hole and Nick Leddy. We're looking for the quality of speed. Both Hole and Leddy have speed, and that is going to be it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 3. So Mario Tremblay. Oh, Ryan Strome needs to be flipped. There we go. It'll be between Tremblay and Casey Cizikas. We are looking for the quality of star. Oh, it looks like neither Tremblay or Cizikas have star. So that is going to be it for the second period here for Game 2 of this time frame, as the 76-77 Habs currently lead Game 2 by a score of 1-0. We got a quality check to begin the third period. It'll be between players 3 and 1, Jarvis and Brock Nelson. The quality we're looking for is smart. Ooh, Doug Jarvis is going to win this one, as he does have smart, as he will move it on Thomas Greiss, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. And let's move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 16. Home goalie must make shot save. Okay, Michelle Larocque needs to make a 1 or 2 to make the save. Anything else? The Isles have tied the game. And I believe the Islanders will tie the game. Let's see who scores the goal. 5. Okay, choice player. Whenever this comes up, we'll roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 will be a reroll. Player number 1. That's Anders Lee. So Anders Lee will score the goal. And, unassisted. So Anders Lee will score unassisted to tie this game up at 1 apiece. We got a quality check to kick off the next portion of this segment here in this third period with a quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Bouchard against Ladd. We're looking for the quality of power. Both Ladd and Bouchard have power, and that's going to do it for this segment. Hold on to your hats, folks. We're in for a spectacular finish. Penalty check between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Islanders. Looks like... I think it's late. Let's have the decider die decide. We tie. And the Isles, or excuse me, not the Isles, the Habs will go on the power play. So Travis Hamonic is going to go to the box, as Pete Mahovlich will move in on Thomas Greiss, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so to keep this game tied. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 12. Home goalie must make play save. Okay, Michelle Larocque needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. Otherwise, the Islanders are going to be in front. How about it? He does so, and we go to sudden death overtime, tied up at 1. So without further ado, same thing if you were just tuning in for the first time. What I do is for overtime, we play out the same 4 segments per period, and the first team to score a goal wins. Simple as that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Quality check between players 5 and 3, Robinson and John Tavares. It looks like we're looking for the star quality. Ooh, Robinson and Tavares both have star, and we will move on to the next segment of this first overtime period. Visitor scoring chance of a 14. Home goalie must make play save. So a 4 or 5 with a dot will make the stop. Yes, it will do so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 56. Any visitor player with a square stops a Montreal goal opportunity. We have contenders DeHaan and Seidenberg. Both. I do want to keep that circle out there, so we're going to give it to Seidenberg. So Seidenberg will stop the Montreal goal attempt, and we will move on to the next segment. Ooh, visitor scoring chance of a 33. Choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. Oh, you better believe I'm going to give that to Brock Nelson. Yes, I'm going to give it to Brock Nelson, as he has a chance to win the game for the Isles, and they can have a possibility to go up 2-0. A 1, 2, or 3 will do so. A 4, 5, or 6 will keep this game going. And the game is over. Stop the clock. Brock Nelson with the game winner. With the game winner for the Islanders in the first overtime period. Let's see who assisted him on the play. 2 assists. Nick Leddy and we'll go with Strome. So Nelson will score the game winner from Nick Leddy and Ryan Strome to win game 2, and the Islanders take a 2-0 series time frame lead here in this time frame. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in to game 2 of this time frame matchup. If you are watching this game play out on the full time frame playlist, game 3 is coming up next, right after the Biddy Bear game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Bear products. If you are watching this game as a single game on the single game playlist, game 3 will be up very shortly on my channel. And if you are watching this in the near future, game 3 of the series of this time frame will already be up. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the Biddy Bear game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Bear products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 2016-17 New York Islanders and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. As you can tell by the time frame score, the 2016-17 New York Islanders currently lead this gauntlet this time frame, I should say, by winning 2-0 over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We are back at the Nassau Coliseum for Game 3 of this time frame with 37 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock. This is make or break time for Montreal because they have been down in the last two, including the last time frame by Game 3. They have won the last. Let's see. They have lost, or excuse me, they have won the last. They have won one and lost one. So currently they are 2-1. They are currently 1 and 2. 2-1 currently going into this Game 3 of this time frame for this portion of the next 13 time frame matchups here in this project. But overall, they they won Game 3 against the 2011-2012 Red Wings. Let's see if they can do it again against the 2016-17 New York Islanders. But the coach for the Isles say, we would like to see that happen, but not so fast. Yaroslav Halak will be in net for the Islanders, as Michel Laraque will return to tend the pipes for the 76-77 Habs. Without further ado, let's get right into Game 3. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a penalty check between both players in one, Lee and Wilson. Well, either way, both Lee and Wilson have the same penalty rating, so that will do for this segment. The ref says play on, but if I catch you doing something silly, you are going to the sin bin. We got a home scoring chance of a 15. Excuse me. Reads, visitor goalie must make shot save. So Michel Laraque has a 2-shot save star printed on his card, but thanks to the adjustments, he gets 1 extra shot star. So it's a 1, 2, or a 3 to make the save. And he will do so. Normally, if the shot stars was not adjusted, it would have been a goal for the Islanders. So again, nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. We got a quality check beginning with Casey Cizikas and Yvonne Cournoyer. We're looking for the quality of skill. Oh, Cournoyer is going to win that one as he does have skill. So he's moving in on Yaroslav Halak, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. Oh, 4 with a dot will do so by the hair of his chinny chin. Halak just reaches out with the glove and he makes the grab to keep this game right where it's at of a scoreless tie. Visitor scoring chance of a 24. Home goalie must make spec save. Halak is going to have to make a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. And he will do so. The crowd is on its feet, cheering Halak on. That was a great save by Halak. And that is how the first period will come to an end. After 20 minutes in the books, both teams have yet to score a goal through the first 20 minutes of Game 3. We begin the second period with a quality check between players 4 and 5. That's Calvin DeHaan against Pierre Bouchard. The quality we're looking for is skill. Ooh, Calvin DeHaan is going to win this one as he does have skill as he moves in on Michel Laraque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so. The goalies, I tell you, the goalies have been on par in this time frame. Quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Josh Ho-Sung will be the lucky contestant for the Islanders. as we are looking for someone with the quality of hits. Gainey or Robinson have hits, so it's either one of them. I think we're going to go with Gainey. So Gainey is going to win that battle against Hosang as he moves in on as Gainey moves in on Gainey moves in on Halak, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the save. He does so. That was spectacular goaltending by Yaroslav Halak to keep this game scoreless at 0, at a big fat goose egg between the two teams. Quality check between players 5 and 3. That's Dennis Seidenberg against Jacques Lemaire. We're looking for the quality of star. It looks like Jacques Lemaire is going to win that one as he does have star. So he's moving in on Halak to hope as he needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Yaroslav Halak is standing on his head to keep this game right where it's at for his team. Who is going to score the first goal of the game? Let's find out. Quality check between player 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Travis Hamonic will be the lucky contestant. We are looking for the quality of smart. Pick your poison between all 5. The smart thing to do is get Larry Robinson off the ice. So I think that's what we're going to do because he has all the qualities. So Hamonic and Robinson both have smart, and that is going to be it for the second period. Who's going to score the game's first goal? We'll find out in the third period. Quality check between players 2 and 4. That's Cal Clutterbuck and Guy Lapointe. We are looking for skill. Oh, Guy Lapointe's going to win that one as he does have skill. As he will move in on Yaroslav Halak. Halak needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs will score the game's first goal, courtesy of Guy Lapointe. Let's see who assisted him on the play. 2. How about Rajan Ho and Doug Jarvis? So Lapointe from Rajan Ho and Doug Jarvis are your ice-breaking goal-scoring summary presented by Biddy Beer. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Biddy Beer. Home scoring chance of a 13. Visitor goalie must make play save. Okay, Michel Larocque needs to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Oh, penalty check between anybody on the ice for the for the Isles against Pete Mahavlich. Well, either way, we could tie, or we can't really give the Habs to go on the power play. So I think we're going to tie. We're going to go right across from them with John Tavares as probably the smartest thing to do is to get John Tavares off the ice. So both Mahavlich and Tavares both have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 13. Home goalie must make play save. Oh, Yaroslav Halak needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to keep this game right where it's at. Oh, and a 4 with a dot will do so. He keeps this game right where it's at of 1-0. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Oh, penalty check between both players in 5. It looks like Pierre Bouchard is going to go to the box as Nick Leddy is going to skate on in to Michel Larocque, hopefully to tie this puppy dog up. Let's see if he does so. And he doesn't. Stop the clock. Oh, excuse me. Keep the clock going. Sorry, I forgot. Empty net chart. So we're going to go to the empty net mini chart to see if the game is over or not. 9, The game is over. Now stop the clock. Oh, man, I almost forgot the empty net mini chart there. But again, the Habs will get their first win and make it 2 straight game 3 wins over this time frame and the last time frame. Excuse me, over the last 3 time frames, they have won game 3 of the last 3 time frames. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to Game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 2016-17 Islanders and the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. If you are watching this on the full length time frame playlist, Game 4 will be coming up shortly, right after the Biddy Beer game summary. But if you are watching this game on the single game playlist for this project, Game 4 will be up very shortly. And if you're watching this in the near future, Game 4 will already be up by then. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Once again, your final score here for Game 3. The Habs take Game 3, but the Islanders still lead this time frame 2-1 as the Habs win it by a score of 1-0. And stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary. As always, is presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 4, this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. As you guys can see, the Islanders still lead this time frame by a score of 2-1. The Habs recently won their last game 1-0 and broken a Team NHL best 4-game win streak, still ties for the best in this project so far, with Team NHL winning 4 games, which is really not that bad. But can Team NHL start a new streak and possibly get themselves back into contention here for the overall project? With that being said, let's get right into Game 4. Your netminders is as follows. Thomas Greiss will be in net for the Islanders, and Ken Dryden will be in net for the Habs. With that being said, with 29 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock, let's get right into Game 4. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a penalty check between both players in one. Ladd and Lambert, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and that will do it for this segment here in Game 4 of this time frame. And let's move on. Another penalty check, this time between players 4 and 3, Nyrop and Ryan Strome. Both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. And again, I do apologize for the nasaliness of my voice. Sinuses have been so bad of an issue here these last, as the weather starts to heat up a little bit. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 33. Choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using Shot Stars +2. How about it? Brock Nelson. I'm going to give it to Brock Nelson as he needs to roll a 1, 2, or 3 to score the goal. Oh, and he can't, and Ken Dryden will stop Brock Nelson from scoring the goal to keep this game tied to keep this game scoreless through the first 15 minutes of this first period. Visitor scoring chance again. This time it'll be a 22. Home goalie must make shot save. So Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. So nobody flips, and that will be it for the first period. And as you can tell, for a second straight game, to my knowledge, I believe, in this time frame, the Habs and the Isles are held scoreless through the first 20 minutes of this game. We begin the second period with a visitor scoring chance of a 34. Visitor player in 1 creates a goal with a quality roll of star or a triangle. So visitor player in 1, that is Anders Lee. Although he doesn't have star, he does have a triangle. So he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to score the game's first goal. A 4 or 5 with a dot will not do so. And it won't do so as Anders Lee is thwarted by Ken Dryden to keep this game right where it's at. And we move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Anybody for the Islanders, I should say. The player in question for the Habs is going to be Jacques Lemaire. The quality we're looking for is skill. Ladd, DeHaan, and Leddy all have skill. I think we're going to go with DeHaan, even though I'm giving up that square. It's probably going to be worth it. So we'll do it. So Lemaire and DeHaan both have skill, and that will do it for this segment here in this one. Penalty check between both players in 5. That's Leddy and Bouchard. It looks like Pierre Bouchard's going to go to the box as Nick Leddy will move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop the power play attempt. He does so. The goalies in this time frame and also the last time frame as well have been standing on their heels. Quality check between players 4 and 3. That's Lapointe and Casey Cizikas. We're looking for the quality of power. Both Lapointe and Casey Cizikas have power, so that's going to do it. And through 40 minutes in the books, just like Game 3, we are scoreless after 40 minutes of the game as we head to the third period. We begin the third period with a quality check between players 3 and 5. Doug Jarvis and Dennis Seidenberg. We're looking for the quality of star. It looks like Doug Jarvis is going to win this one as he does have star. So he's going to be moving in on Grice, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs will get on the board. The Habs will get on the board first, courtesy of Doug Jarvis, as Grice could not get a glove on that one. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Robinson and we'll go with Tremblay. So Jarvis from Robinson and Tremblay will put the Habs in front by a score of 1-0 early on in this third period. Quality check between players 5 and 2. That's Bouchard and Cal Clutterbuck. We're looking for the quality of skill. Neither Bouchard nor Clutterbuck have skill, so that's going to do it for this segment here in the third period, with the Habs in front, 1-0. Quality check between both players in 3. That's John Tavares and Pete Mahavlich. We're looking for the quality of smart. Both Mahavlich and John Tavares have smart. So that's going to do it for this segment. And we will move on as time is running out for the Islanders as they see their 2-1 time frame lead becoming a 2-2 time frame tie. Don't want that to happen as we move on with a visitor scoring chance of a 22. They need a score here to tie the game. Home goalie must make shot saves, so Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. Can't, and the Islanders tie things up. Let's see who scored the goal. 12. All right, we're going to roll the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 5, that's Dennis Seidenberg. He will score the goal. And 2 assists will be handed down in the play. Josh Bailey and Ryan Strome. So Dennis Seidenberg will score the goal, the game-tying goal. Assisting is Josh Bailey and Ryan Strome. We got a home scoring chance of a 65. Choice home player scores a goal. So we're going to roll the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 will be a reroll. Yvonne Kernoyer is going to score the goal. Unfortunately for the Islanders, the Habs take a 2-1 lead. Let's see who assisted Kernoyer on the play. 9, 2 assists, Robinson and Nyrop. So Yvonne Kernoyer from Larry Robinson and Chuck Lemaire. Two goals have been scored. Only 4 more to go until this segment ends automatically. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Andrew Ladd. Either tie or go on the power play. The Habs will tie. And they're going to go on the power play. So Ladd's going to go to the box as Doug Jarvis is the lucky contestant here out of the remaining out of the 5 guys out there on the ice. So Jarvis is going to move it on Greiss to seal things up here for a 2-2 time frame tie. He does, and it's a 3-1 lead for the Habs, courtesy of a power play goal from Doug Jarvis. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It'll be Rajan Houle giving the first assist, and we will go with Maury Wilson. So Jarvis from Houle and Wilson are your Bitty Beer goal scoring stat line on the 3-1 lead for the Habs. Three down, 3 to go. Penalty check. And Ladd needs to flip. Penalty check is between anybody on the ice for the Habs against, look at this, Brock Nelson. Well, either way, you're going to have to tie. So they're going to go right across from him with Bob Gainey as both guys have the same penalty rating because it's not worth it of giving the Habs to go on the power play. And at this juncture, they want to keep the lead, and that's what they're going to do. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Josh Hosong. We're looking for the quality of Smart. Lambert, Mahavlich, and Bouchard, all 3 of them have Smart. I think we're going to go with, how about it? Pierre Bouchard. So Bouchard's going to win the battle with Smart over Josh Hosong as he moves in on Thomas Greiss. Hopefully he needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Stop the clock. Oh, man. The lead for the Islanders have fallen from a 2-0 lead all the way to a 2-2 tie as the 76-77 Habs crawled all the way back in this time frame, down 2-0 to tie things up at 2 apiece. At 2 games apiece. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. If you are watching this on the full time frame playlist. Game 5 will be coming up very shortly um, after the Biddy Beer game summary. If you're watching this on the single game playlist, Game 5 will be up very shortly on my channel. And if you're watching this in the future, Game 5 of this time frame will be already up on my channel. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Once again, your final score here for Game 4. The Habs tie up the time frame at 2 games apiece, winning Game 4 by a final score of 3-1. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 5 of this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. We got ourselves a time frame now, folks. The winner of Game 5 will probably hold a commanding lead heading into Game 6. With that being said, your starting netminders for Game 5 is going to be Michel Larocque going in net for the Habs. Thomas Greiss will stick around in net to avenge the loss and hopefully get the Islanders back on track. Without further ado, let's get right into Game 5 with the time frames tied up at 2. Who do you think is going to win? Leave your picks in the comments below, and let's find out together. Will the clock operator please, with a little cherry on top, for Game 5, of course, and who's going to be taking a commanding lead after this game? Please start the clock. And we're going to begin with a quality check between players 4 and 2. That's Travis Hamonic against Mario Tremblay. We are looking for the quality of power. Both Hamonic and Tremblay both have power. And that is going to do it for this opening segment here of this first period here for Game 5. Penalty check between players 5 and 1. That's Nick Leddy and Yvonne Lambert. Oh, it looks like Yvonne Lambert's going to go to the box as Nick Leddy will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to, 4 or 5 with a dot to make the save. He does so. Sorry, guys. Cards are flying all over the place. Sorry, I'm wasting time here. So, with that in mind, let's continue on. We got a quality check between players 3 and 1. That's Casey Cizikas and Maury Wilson. We're looking for the quality of star. Neither Cizikas or Wilson have star. This is going to be a tight one because the winner of this game will take a commanding advantage in this time frame. Quality check between Tavares and Robinson. We're looking for the quality of speed. Oh, Larry Robinson's going to win that one as he does have speed and he has all the qualities. So he's going to be moving in on Thomas Greiss, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the save. And he will do so. And that's going to do it for the first period here at Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. As the Islanders and Habs are tied in the time frame at 2 games apiece, but are tied in Game 5 with a big fat goose egg. Penalty check as we begin the second period. between players 4 and 1. That's Calvin DeHaan and 1. Yes, Bob Gainey, as both DeHaan and Gainey have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that's going to do it for this opening segment of this second period here on the island. Visitor scoring chance of a 63. Any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. No, unfortunately, no. No one has a circle on the active for the Islanders right now. So therefore, the Habs are going to score the game's first goal. And let's see who does. And let's see who does so. 7. Player with the best shot rating. Kernoyer, I believe. Yes. Either Kernoyer or Lambert. Or no, Lambert does not have the star. So it is Yvonne Kernoyer. So Yvonne Kernoyer is going to score the goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about it? Pete Mahavlich. So Kernoyer from Pete Mahavlich is your ice-breaking goal-scoring stat line presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. Penalty check between players 1 and 4. That's Ladd and Nyrop. It seems both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will end the segment here with a 1-0 lead for the Habs as we head to the next one. Quality check between players 5 and 4. That's Seidenberg and Lapointe. We're looking for the quality of hit. Ooh, Dennis Seidenberg is going to win this one as he does have hit. So he's going to be moving in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop it. 5 with a dot will do so. As Larocque keeps this game right where it's at of 1-0. Home scoring chance of a 51. Visitor defense player in 2, that is Rajan Ho. He stops the New York Islander goal opportunity with a quality roll of hit or a square. Game is tied. Rajan Ho does not have a square, and he does not have hit. So the Isles tie the game up. Let's see who scores the goal. 9. Second best shot rating. So the best out there right now is a tie between Nelson and Strome. And the second best is going to go to Nick Leddy. So Nick Leddy is going to score the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about it? Nelson and Strome will be your assist takers on the Nick Leddy game-tying goal. As the Islanders find their groove and tie things up at 1 apiece. Home scoring chance of a 44. Any home player with a power play circle symbol star creates a power play goal. You bet. Anders Lee has that symbol printed on his card. So he's going to be moving in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will make the stop as the second period draws to a close, an eventful second period where we saw the Habs score first, but not so fast as the Islanders, as they tie the game up again as we head into the final 20 minutes of Game 5, all tied up at 1 apiece. Quality check to begin the third period between Casey Cizikas and Yvonne Lambert. Hull needs to. Yeah, Hull needs to flip from that. Yep, I just remembered. So Casey Cizikas against Yvonne Lambert. It will be for the quality of star. It looks like Lambert's got that one with star. So he's going to be moving in on Thomas Greiss, hopefully to score a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs will take a 2-1 lead, courtesy of Yvonne Lambert. And let's see how many assists will be handed out on the play. 2. How about it? Lemaire and Tremblay will assist Yvonne Lambert on the go-ahead 2-1 goal for the Habs, as the Habs look to crawl back from 2-0 down 2 games to none and lead this time frame 3 games to 2 heading into the final game of this time frame. Let's see if this lead will hold. Quality check between Andrew Ladd and anybody on the ice for the Habs. The quality we're looking for is power. The 3 guys out there with power are Knoyer, Nyrop, and Bouchard. I think I'm going to go with Bouchard. Both guys, both Ladd and Bouchard, have the same rating of power. And that is going to be it for this segment here to begin this third period. Penalty check between Brock Nelson and Larry Robinson. Both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that's going to do it for this segment, in this 10-minute segment here in this third period. And we're going to move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 2 and 3. That's Cal Clutterbuck and Doug Jarvis. The quality we're looking for is hit. Oh, it looks like Clutterbuck's going to win that one, as he does have hit to tie the game up. Michelle Larocque needs to not have a 5 blank or a 6. A 6 will do so. The Isles tie the game up, courtesy of Cal Clutterbuck. And let's see how many assists will be handed out on the play. 1 assist. How about it? Anders Lee. Cal Clutterbuck from Anders Lee is your game-tying goal summary for the Islanders. Tied up at 2. Let's see what happens next. Visitor scoring chance of a 44. Oh, right here. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. You bet we got one in Yvonne Knoyer. Oh, and also Pete Mahavlich, too. But Yvonne Knoyer was up before Mahavlich got on the ice, so Yvonne Knoyer will skate on in to Thomas Greiss. He needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does so to keep this game tied right where it's at. And we move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 4 and 1. That is going to be Travis Hamonic against Maury Wilson. The quality we're looking for is smart. Oh, excuse me. The quality we're looking for is actually hit. My fault. It seems both guys do not have hit. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to sudden death overtime. So same as like if you're watching playoff hockey, the game will be reset to 4. We play out the same way with 4 periods, the 4 segments of each period, and the first team to score a goal wins. So let's get right into it. Home scoring chance of a 14. Visitor goalie must make play saves, so a 4 or 5 with a dot will do so. Can't stop the clock. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The New York Islanders climb all the way back to take a commanding 3 games to 2 series time frame advantage, winning Game 5 by the final score of 3-2. The Islanders sit in the driver's seat for Team NHL to win a second straight time frame, but the Habs can still there is still a chance for the Habs to tie up the time frame to force a time frame tie here in this one. With that being said, your final score for Game 5. Oh, before we do, let's figure out who scored the goal. 2, fourth best shot rating on the Islanders. So the best out there is Ladd. The second best is going to be Bailey. The third best is going to be Casey Cizikas. And the fourth best is going to be either DeHaan or Seidenberg. It's going to be Seidenberg. And it will be Seidenberg. And the assists, 1 assist. How about it? Josh Bailey. So Seidenberg from Josh Bailey will win will tally the game winner in the first overtime period within the first 5 minutes of the first overtime period. And there will be a Game 6. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to today's action between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. If you are watching this video on the full time frame playlist, Game 6 will be coming up right after the Bitty Beer game summary, so don't go anywhere. But if you're watching this on the single game playlist, Game 6 will be up very soon. And if you're watching this sometime in the near future, then Game 6 will already be up. With that in mind, thank you for tuning in to today's action. Once again, your final score. The New York Islanders take it and win it in the first overtime period to take a 3-2 time frame advantage, winning Game 5 by a final score of 3-2. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 6 of this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. The Islanders hold a 3-2 advantage. So the situation is this. If the Islanders win this game, they will win the time frame. However, if the 76-77 Habs are victorious, this time frame will end up being a tied time frame. It will only be the second and the first since time frame 2 of this project if the Habs should win. But for the Islanders, if they win Game 6 and win the time frame, it'll be Team NHL's 4th time frame victory of this project. With that being said, let's get ready to Game 6 with 6.5 minutes left on the clock. Your starting netminders are Yaroslav Halak for the Islanders and Ken Dryden for the Habs. Let's get ready to Game 6 and find out if the Islanders are going to take the 4th time frame win for Team NHL, or will the Habs deny Team NHL's 4th time frame victory and settle for a time frame tie. With that being said, will the clock operator, for the final time in this time frame, please start the clock. And we're going to begin with a home scoring chance of a 32, and it reads, choice home player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. So Rajan Hole is in 32 choice home player, excuse me. Yes, we'll go with Rajan Hole as he needs to roll a 1, 2, or 3 to score a goal. And he can't, and Yaroslav Halak will save it to open up this crucial Game 6 to determine if the time frame is going to go in favor of Team NHL or if the time frame will end up going via a tie. Home scoring chance of 51. Visitor defense player in 2, that's Joshua Hosang. He stops the goal with a quality roll of smart or a square. Unfortunately for Josh Hosang, he does not have a square, neither does he have smart. So therefore, the Habs will score the game's first goal. And let's see who did so. 5. So it's a choice player. So we're going to roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is an automatic reroll. Reroll. Player number 4. That's Bill Nyrop. Bill Nyrop will score the game's first goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about we give it to Pete Mahavlich? So Nyrop from Mahavlich will score the game's first goal. Will score game's first goal of Game 6, and we continue on in the 10th in the second segment of this first period. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs. Oh, Hosang needs to flip. Against player number 3, that is Casey Cizikas. So we are looking for the quality of hit. The only guys out there with hit are Gainey and Bouchard. So I think you want to get a guy off the ice with almost every quality. So almost or all of the qualities. So Bob Gainey is the unfortunate lucky guy, odd man out here. So both Cizikas and Gainey have hit. And that's going to do it for this second segment of the first period. And we will move on to the next one, which is a home scoring chance of a 31. Choice home player rolls for rebound goal using Shot Stars +2. You better believe it. I'm going to give it to Jacques Lemaire because he needs to roll a 3 or a 4 with a dot to score the goal. Oh, and a 5 and a dot won't do so, as Yaroslav Halak keeps the game right where it's at, and we move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 45. Any visitor player with a power play circle star creates a power play goal. Unfortunately for the Islanders, they do not have the power play circle star symbol. So therefore, this period will come to an end with a no action result. And after 20 minutes in the books, the Habs are looking like they want to tie this time frame up. But we still got 40 minutes of hockey left to play in this game. Let's go to the second with the Habs up 1-0. Quality check to begin the second period here with between players 4 and 3. That's Guy Lapointe and John Tavares. We're looking for the quality of skill. Both Lapointe and Tavares have skill. And that's going to do it for this segment as we continue on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 16. Home goalie must make shot saves, so a 2 or 3 with a dot will do so for Ken Dryden. 2 will do so. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Islanders. The quality we're looking for is power. The only 4 guys out there besides DeHaan, Ladd, Clutterbuck, Strome, and Leddy all have power. I think we're going to go with Ladd, as both Tremblay and Ladd have power. And that is going to be it for the segment here in this one. And we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 53. Visitor defense player in 4, that is Calvin DeHaan. He stops a goal with a quality roll of hit or a square. He does have hit and he does have a square, so he will deny the Montreal Canadiens from scoring even further to keep this game right where it's at of 1-0 and still in favor of the half of the 76-77 Habs as we head to the third period. Visitor scoring chance of a 25. Home goalie must make spec saves, so Ken Dryden needs to roll a 1 or a 2 to keep this game right where it's at. Which he does so nobody will flip, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between players, anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 5, that's Nick Leddy for the Islanders. We're looking for the quality of hits. Nick Leddy's not going to win this one, so it's going to come down to Knoyer, Nyrop, or Bouchard. We'll roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pierre Bouchard, so right across from him, so he was going to win. So Bouchard is going to win the quality check of hit as he moves in on Yaroslav Halak to hopefully make a 3 or 4 with a dot to stop it, which he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 1-0. Visitor scoring chance of a 23. Home goalie must make spec save. All right, a 1 or a 2 will do so for Ken Dryden. Can't, and the Islanders tie things up at 1 apiece. Let's see who scored the goal. 10. Second best shot rating. So the best out there is either Brock Nelson or Ryan Strome. And the second best is going to go down to Clutterbuck, Hamonic, or Seidenberg. I do want to keep that square out there, so we're going to come down to Clutterbuck or Hamonic. Let's have the decider die decide. It will be Clutterbuck. And it will be Travis Hamonic. So Travis Hamonic will score the goal, the game-tying goal. And let's see how many assists. 2. How about Nelson and Strome? So Travis Hamonic from Brock Nelson and Ryan Strome are your game-tying goal-scoring stat line. Is your game-tying goal-scoring stat line presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. And we continue on in this segment with another visitor scoring chance of a 42. Visitor player in 5, that is Dennis Seidenberg. He creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Although he doesn't have a triangle, he does have skill. So Seidenberg is going to move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make it 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. 4 will do so as Seidenberg is whisked away, or is whiffed away from putting anything further into the back of the net. And we move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 53. Home player in 3, that's Jarvis. He stops a New York Islander goal with a quality roll of power or a square. Although Jarvis does not have power, he does have square. That's well enough to force this game into sudden death overtime. And just like before, just like IRL playoff hockey, if you've seen it over the years, the first team we play out we play out the same 4 segments each period, with the first period be the first overtime, second period being the second overtime, et cetera, with the third, fourth, fifth, so on and so on and so on. We keep playing overtime until a goal has been scored. And with that being said, the players are already rested up and ready to go. Let's get into it with the first overtime period with a penalty check between both players in 2. Cal Clutterbuck is going to go to the box. Yvonne Knoyer is going to move in on Yaroslav Halak. Halak needs to save this, otherwise the time frame will end up being a tie. And it remains a 1-1 tie in the first overtime period. As as Knoyer is denied by Halak, and we move on to the next segment. Quality check between Pete Mahavlich and anybody on the ice for the Islanders. We are looking for the quality of Smart. The only guy out there with Smart is Bailey or Letty. I think we're going to go with Bailey here, as both guys have the same rating of Smart. This is going to be exciting, folks. Hang on to your hats. Excuse me. Penalty check between Lemaire and Letty. It looks like Jacques Lemaire is going to go to the box. This Nick Letty is going to skate on into Ken Dryden, hopefully not to do the Michigan here. A 4 or 5 with a dot will do so. He will save the goal. He will stop Nick Letty's attempt here to extend the lead here, or excuse me, to win the game, I should say, for the Islanders, and they keep this game knotted up at 1 apiece. We move on. Quality check between Lambert and Casey Cizikas. We're looking for the quality of hits. Oh, Cizikas is going to win this one. He does have hits, and he moves in on Ken Dryden. He needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop it. 5 and a blank won't do it. Stop the clock. The Islanders will win it. Whoop. There we go. The Islanders will win this time frame behind Casey Cizikas in the final segment of the first overtime period. Let's see who assisted him on the game winner. Oh, and it will be unassisted. So Casey Cizikas with the game winner. Man, oh man, the Islanders down but not out. They have secured Team NHL's second straight time frame win in this project. And Team NHL has gone back to back in time frame wins. And Team NHL will go up to 4-12, and I believe I would just want to make sure this is right. Yes, 4-12-1 on the project. The Habs will fall to a time frame, will fall for the fourth time frame, for only just the fourth time frame in this project, as they are now 12-4-1. Man, oh man, oh man, what a time frame this was. Both teams came out strong, came out guns blazing. The Islanders took a 2-zip lead. The Habs came back with the next 2 to tie it up at 2 apiece. The Islanders won Game 5 and managed to secure Team NHL's 4th time frame victory, winning the time frame 4-2, and they win Game 6 by a final score of 2-1, thanks to Casey Cizikas in the first overtime period. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary, as well as the Biddy Beer time frame summary, as well as another crack at the spin of the wheel to see who will play next in this Gauntlet Challenge, project for the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Once again, your final score here for Game 6. Casey Cizikas comes out from out of nowhere to score the game winner in the first overtime period, winning it for his 2016-17 New York Islanders by the final score of 2-1 over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Again, thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary, and as well as the time frame summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please always remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Biddy Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Well, it's that time once again where we figure out to see who will play this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens next in this Gauntlet Challenge. So far, we have seen so many great time frame matchups, but for Team NHL, who is going to be the lucky contestant to play the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens next for time frame matchup number 18. Without further ado, let's see who the lucky contestant will be. As always, please direct your attention to the Bitty Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please do drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And it looks like the 1992-93 Tampa Bay Lightning will be the next team to take on the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens in this Gauntlet Challenge project for time frame matchup number 18. But between the Habs and the Bolts, who's going to start as the home team? Well, without further ado, let's not waste any time, shall we? Please direct your attention to the Doc Cola Home Team Selector Wheel presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the Play Games community and of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. And it looks like the 92-93 Bolts will begin the 18th time frame matchup in this project as the home team. Well, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-2017 New York Islanders. And we look forward to bringing you this upcoming matchup between the 92-93 Bolts and the 76-77 Habs, as well as other time frame matchups in this project coming up right here on the channel. As always, if you have not done so already, please do subscribe and turn on that notifications bell, as well as leave a like if you have liked the content so far here, not only in this project, but here as well on my channel. And again, hope you guys enjoyed today's time frame matchup, and we look forward to seeing you next time for the 92-93 Tampa Bay Lightning when they take on the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Once again, thank you for tuning in. And as always, have a great rest of your day.